We begin at Hamilton City Hall, where Council has passed the city's 2023 budget. It includes a property tax hike that's one of the largest in decades, but it could have been even higher. Matt Ingram joins us live from City Hall earlier tonight with more.
Taz, Council was stuck between two priorities, making sure that there was enough funding for important programming while also listening to constituents who councillors say are telling them that the proposed nearly 7% tax hike, well, it's just too much. So at the 11th hour, Andrea Horwath came in with an amendment to make the increase not so much compared to before, and some are crediting that move with saving the passing of this budget.
Folks are having a difficult time these days with the price of everything going up. And yet we do need to make sure that we're supporting our community.
Expressing regret about the last-minute nature of her amendment, Mayor Andrea Horwath tries to hold back tears at City Council today.
Things happened that didn't allow me to go forward.
The mayor saying a difficult family matter delayed her bringing her amendment, which called for financial adjustments, partly thanks to additional funding for Hamilton from last week's provincial budget, that results in a lower property tax increase.
That translates into a residential tax increase of approximately 5.9% or $265 for an average household.
That carries 16 to 0.
Instead of a 6.7% tax increase, Hamilton property owners will see a 5.9% rise. Councillor John Paul Danko says residents were telling him the increase was too much. He's crediting the amendment with helping get the budget passed.
Because as of yesterday, there was a real serious risk that the budget in its entirety was going to fail.
The budget includes investments in infrastructure, police, transit, roads, and programming to address homelessness and other social problems. It ended up passing 10-6, but concern about the tax increase moved Budget Chair Councillor Brad Clark to vote against.
There are residents in every single ward that are struggling to pay their bills, pay their mortgage, and this is going to hit them hard.
Clark's concerns were echoed by others like Councillors Matt Francis and Tom Jackson, who also voted against.
I'm never going to support 6% or in that range, and I'm very concerned about the future. I mean, this is 6% this year. What's it going to be next year? Are we setting the precedent for the next 4 years?
Just coming out of the pandemic, all the inflationary increases on rent, on produce at the supermarket.
A couple other things I want to highlight from this budget. First, the housing department at the city is going to get a 30% increase in funding. The city saying that equals about $70 million. And for transit riders, some good news. There's going to be an expansion of services along HSR routes, some new routes. Now, before we got to the budget vote, I also want to highlight that Councillor Esther Pauls was docked 15 days pay by Council. That's because of an Integrity Commissioner investigation that found she shouldn't have voted when she was on the Police Services Board on a vote about their budget. They say she shouldn't have done that because her son is a police officer. Matt Ingram, CHCH News, Hamilton.